Good evening, Dirt Road FPV for Life here. I just wanted to tell you about my new Armattan Gecko 3-inch build. This started life as a GTM 3-inch stretch. I took the fantastic flight stack, the Mamba, and the VTX, and I transplanted it into the Armattan Gecko frame. As soon as this frame was announced, I knew that I had to have it. Absolutely love the titanium. You can see it protects the camera just absolutely perfect. It doesn't jut out whatsoever. Also comes with a lifetime warranty. Yeah, it's expensive, but it also comes with a lifetime warranty. Well worth the price in my opinion. The original diatone motors that were on the GTM3 were they were rubbish. They were terrible. They are plagued with bearing issues, and it's, in my opinion, I think it's just because it says such a high kV on a 1408. They're 4100 kV, and so the bearings, they're actually thinner, and because they're thinner, they don't last. It wasn't quite as noticeable on the GTM3 because I wasn't running an HD camera, but as soon as I made the transplant and went back and looked at the HD footage, it was vibration city. Christmas Day, I came home, put it back on the bench, plugged it up to Betaflight, sent the motors up one by one, and was just astonished at how much noise the motors were making. So I immediately ordered the HGLRC 1407 3600 kV. Those are the same ones that I used on my recent iFlight IH3 build. They work so well with that, I figured why not. Turns out to be a fantastic motor. Came back immediately. 99% of the jello was gone. There was a tiny bit left. Went to my prop bin. I had some soft mounts that I'd printed a month or two ago and went ahead and soft mounted my motors. Took a little bit more rather of the jello out, and it's as close to jello free as I've ever had with one of these HD cams, to be honest with you. The camera is the Caddx Turtle V2. If you watched my most recent video, you'll know that there's a small artifact. It's either on the sensor or on the lens, I'm not sure which. But when you go into post and you take the fisheye out of it, it's almost not noticeable. I'm sure I'll hear back from Caddx. I'm sure they'll make right on it. They're a fantastic company. I own about 3 of these cameras, and I have the V1 as well. They're just superb stuff. I'm sure Caddx will make well on it. I basically unplugged the old camera from the GTM3, and I took the stack. I don't know if you can see it down in there, but I took the Caddx turtle plate and I soldered a female connector to it and I plugged it right in and off to the races. It was one of the easiest transplants that I've really basically ever done. This is the stack that has the TBS Unify Pro on it, 0 to 600 milliwatts. If you look in the back, this is iteration 2, I believe, that Diatone did. This is when they put the capacitor on the 5-volt rail. I had iteration 1, 2, and 3. I'm a big Diatone fan, except for those 1408 motors. Fantastic VTX. Clear, plenty of range. I'm only running a dipole antenna, but I can get out just as far as I want. I thought about replacing the antenna, maybe putting an SMA on it and screw maybe a lollipop on it or something, but it's flying so well and it comes in at the weight I want. I'm just going to leave it like it is. I am running the XM Plus. That's my receiver of choice. My props are the 3052 Gym Fans. Fantastic prop. I feel like they may be just a tiny bit out of balance. I've got a prop balancer on the way. I'm going to balance them and see if that is in fact the case. I used to balance all the props on my whoops and stuff and it made a difference, but I don't have something that'll go with this particular hub, so I had to order one. Just wanted to see if I could get it absolutely 100% jello free, so I'm going to try to balance some props and see what kind of difference that it does make. The weight of this build without the battery is 166 grams. I'm running a Tattoo 850 milliamp hour 4S on it. That LiPo weighs 104 grams, so my all-up weight with it as it currently sits and what I flew, and you'll see in the video, is 270 grams. Now, if you are in one of those countries that has that 250 gram limit, the good news is the 650 G&B comes in at 74 grams. So you take 74, you add the 166, and you're going to come in at 240 all up weight grams, which is 10 grams underneath that limit. If you are interested in seeing what the flight characteristics are with that, I'll order some and try those well. Just let me know in the comments below. I did a good bit of black box analysis on this one and tuned it the best I could. I'm definitely not the best tuner. I get by. There's still a little noise on the roll axis, but it's very minimal. I'm hoping that when Betaflight 4.0 comes out of comes out of development mode and is actually stable, I'm hoping to put it on this. I did put it on my Tooth Fairy build and it ran fantastic, but I'm gonna wait till all the bugs are out before I put it on this. This one's running some iteration of Betaflight 3.5. I don't remember quite which one. The flight you're about to see is on a very overcast day, so I'm sure the jello would be more pronounced on a sunny day. I'm really absolutely falling in love with the top mount batteries and the little HD cameras. The Caddx is my go-to. Far less jello than some of the other competitors. If you haven't built one yet, you're missing out. Let's just go see how it flies.